Can you have the perfect balance of both worlds? The increased performance of a contemporary design with the unmistakable character of a classic? Well, quads seem to think that you can. Their redesigned 33 and 303 pre and power amplifiers don't just pay homage to their iconic 1960s predecessors, they elevate them. With their sleek aluminum finishes, the advanced components like and MC phono stages, and customizable tone controls, they blend retro charm with cutting-edge performance. From the compact chassis to the powerful 200 VA toroidal transformer, the 33 and 303 offer more than just sound. They offer balance, precision, and heritage, all in one compact package. Just how good a package, you ask? Well, let's find out. 33 and 303 are a heritage redesign of the instantly recognizable and iconic late 60s separate pre-power amplifiers from Quad of the same name. The preamp inputs include a high-performance, low-noise and MC phono stage, a dedicated headphone amplifier, 3 RCA inputs and 1 XLR input, and 1 XLR out, a very welcome and balanced improvement on the original. Tone control features include Quad's iconic tilt adjustment, as well as bass and balance adjustments that can be all dialed in via remote or the physical tone controls on the face of the unit itself. Its high-grade aluminum chassis is finished in Quad's classic grey, with a few modern accents to help put a contemporary spin on things, and complemented by an orange backlit LED display and input selectors, honouring the more distinct features of the original. Quad 303 is a 50-watt Class AB power amplifier, a 5-watt jump over the original, sporting a custom 200 VA toroidal transformer, Quad's iconic 303 triples output stage, 10 ampere into difficult loads, so there's tons of current here for thirsty speakers and demanding musical passages, and native bridge mode selection for dual mono setups. Front and back CNC routed heat sinks bookend an anodized silver chassis that is the epitome of mid-century industrial design. Combined with exposed fastenings, embossed Quad logo, and its orange backlit power switch, Quad 303's stunning aesthetics prove the power really is seductive. What you need to know from the outset is just how breathtaking this combination is to look at. There's nothing like this on the market. These aren't pieces that you'll want to stow away out of sight, but sit front and center for all to see, even the power stage. I love that there is no timber to be found here. Are we getting to the end of our retro fetish for walnut, I wonder? Maybe. If you're familiar with Audiolab, also from the IAG group, its high-grade aluminum finish is instantly recognizable. This is a combination of traditional 6 and 7000 series matte silver finishes with a hint of 9000 series sparkle on the front fascia of the Quad Pre. It's a gorgeous touch and one worthy of the asking price. The volume and tone controls are a slightly darker accent. It's incredibly subtle, and the tones actually shift in the light, which is really lush. And when combined with the orange accents from the input selections, the power buttons, and backlit LED display, the first word that comes to mind here is balance. New, old, the iconic original, and no doubt a desire to fashion a worthy contemporary, Quad have managed to balance those competing aspects to perfection, which is no mean feat. Yes, this is clearly retro, but there's something equally contemporary about this combination too. It dances the line between new and old brilliantly. And so all I can think to say about its aesthetic is how perfectly balanced it all is, and that as a result, you're left with not some cheap play on nostalgia, but a highly refined pre-power system that'll be the talking point of any conversation in your listening space. I used to think that loudspeakers were kind of the sole wow factor in a pretty setup, and this combination has completely changed my view on that. Vastly superior internal components, greater chassis real estate to improve circuitry architecture, and complete isolation from power supply / high power circuitry noises. These are the reasons for separating pre and power amplification, because what it translates to is significantly better clarity, detail, soundstage, imaging, and dynamics. Top shelf circuitry architecture, otherwise known as topology, is a little like Michelin-style dining, right? Not only are you getting the highest quality ingredients, in this case a custom specified toroidal transformer, reservoir smoothing capacitors, and an ultra-low noise regulator, well, many of those. But each workstation within the kitchen itself is arranged in a manner so as not to interact with or negatively affect the surrounding workstations. So again, with regards to the Quad 33, there are 5 independent workstations here, 1 XLR, 1 phono, and 3 RCA, with 5 regulated supply rails, including ultra-low noise regulators with extensive measures employed to prevent contamination and cross-coupling. Basically, materials from one workstation messing with the flawless functioning of another workstation. And each arranged for the shortest, most direct path to the surface area. Why? Because superior linearity, which is just a fancy way of saying short direct signal paths, ensure your audio doesn't get lost or distorted on its way to your speakers. And when you isolate this entire process from the main power supply and its high power circuitry, because let's face it, it doesn't take a genius to figure out what happens when you drop a power plant into a Michelin kitchen, or any kitchen for that matter. The precision, the delicacy, the je ne sais quoi taking place here is completely free from contamination. This level of circuitry design is the finest of fine dining, and it's all done to ensure that the finished dish, your favorite piece of music, in whatever format you decide, streaming, records, whatever, is nothing short of sublime. Quad 33 has 2 levels of tonal adjustment available to you, bass and tilt control. Bass alone can be adjusted from -3 dB to +3 dB, so you can add more weight to thinner source material or just as easily reduce the weight if speaker positioning or certain room acoustics are producing boom. To accompany this is Quad's iconic tilt control feature. Created by Quad founder Peter Walker in the late 60s as a more musically accurate approach to tonal adjustment, tilt control essentially tilts the entire frequency spectrum on a 700 Hz axis in steps of 1 dB. Meaning that if you lift bass, you also by default lower treble and vice versa, giving you either warm or cool tonal outcomes that neither affect volume nor introduce color. Ranging from minus to +3 dB, tilt control allows you to compensate with greater accuracy, subtlety, and precision for things like recordings, speaker pairings, and room acoustics. Again, all without negatively impacting the overall sound performance. In addition to bass and tilt control is balance, another faithful carryover from the classic Quad 33, and it's quite simply left and right channel output adjustment to suit listener preferences or the environment. Now, all of these control adjustments are available to you via the remote or the physical selectors on the Quad 33 unit itself, and indicators for each adjustment are visible on the unit's LCD display, allowing you to see exactly what you've adjusted and by how much, which is really helpful. 33 and 303 are distinct heritage pieces, right? They ooze nostalgia, certain romance so many of us share for the late 60s and early 70s, a key period in music's history that is riddled with folklore, mysticism, and legend. There's little doubt that the hearts of new 33 and 303 owners are steeped in the legends of that era, which is also the golden era of vinyl records. So having a quality internal phono preamplifier was a must for designers working on this unit, and what a phono pre it is. First and foremost is the inclusion of moving coil functionality. This is a serious pre-power system for serious listeners, right? Listeners that will almost undoubtedly be vinyl listeners, and pretty serious vinyl listeners at that. So the introduction of a moving coil here, which is arguably a more audiophile grade style of cartridge, is a real boon. And you can switch between MM and MC functionality via a cycle press of the phono button, either on the remote or the unit itself. Now, the RIAA phono stage used in the 33 is a dual bipolar/JFET audio operational amplifier. The bipolar transistors are best known for being very precise and quiet, while the JFET transistors are known for being very fast and smooth sounding, as well as drawing much less current. The new 33's total harmonic distortion, in addition to noise, equals that of previous versions, but at much lower supply currents, meaning you get improved sound performance in a more efficient, reliable design. This ultra-low noise design is combined with very low distortion specifications and high slew rates, which are responsible for more lively, detailed, and dynamic vinyl performances. Basically, this phono stage was designed with the modern listener in mind, while still paying homage to the all-analog appeal of the original 33. The inclusion of a switchable MMMC function addresses a long requested feature from dedicated users of the original 33 and ensures that the new 33 continues to be a beloved piece of hi-fi equipment perfectly suited to today's vinyl resurgence and the serious vinyl junkies that support it. Now, at the heart of Quad 303 is 50 watt of continuous power per channel into 8 ohm loads, 70 watt into 4 ohm. And while 50 watt of Class AB power might seem modest by contemporary standards, too much attention is paid sometimes these days to published power outputs without considering other factors. Because in reality, the new 303 can drive a wide range of demanding speakers with as much ease as a typical 100 watt rating. However, many of those 100 watt amps, at least according to Quad, would certainly lack the 303's finesse. Peter Walker's triples output stage effectively forms a feedback amplifier within an amplifier, providing a fully symmetrical output that significantly minimizes distortion across the audio spectrum. With exceptional thermal stability and reduced total harmonic distortion to less than 0.003% at 1 kHz, the triples design gives you a remarkably accurate amp that's virtually immune to temperature fluctuations. So you get pure and transparent sound, preserving the details and dynamics of the original recording, even at high volume, under demanding loads, and over long periods of use. So while the designers could have jammed more watts down the throat of the classic remake to be in line with more contemporary trends, they could not have done so without changing the circuit and characteristics to such a degree that it no longer represents a true 303. And at least in my experience, however limited that experience might be, it certainly didn't need to. But with the clever little addition of bridge mode, you can increase your wattage without upsetting the finesse of 303's beguiling character. A pair of 303 power amps can be bridged in a dual mono setup to deliver 140 watt per channel into 8 ohm. And if its performance of 50 watt per channel is anything to go by, that 140 would be pretty damn special. The Quad 33 and 303 walk the fine line between modern innovation and timeless heritage, staying true to the soul of the originals while introducing meaningful upgrades. Their design, which honors those gorgeous mid-century aesthetics and advanced internal components, make them as relevant today as they were decades ago. This perfect balance of old and new delivers not just raw power, but a nuanced listening experience that pays homage to its legacy. As a piece of heritage audio, the 33 and 303 offer an authentic yet refreshed take for audiophiles who want the best of both worlds, modern performance paired with the unmistakable character of a true classic. Well, that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned just a little bit more about Quad's new 303 and 33 preamp power amplifiers. If there's anything more you want to know about these products, simply head on over to avrevolution.com.au or leave us a comment below. We are having a bunch of fun with the comments. Just remember to play nice. Well, that's it. I'm Matt. I've had a whole bunch of fun. I will see you in the next one.